beginning. The game is very chest focused with plenty of cleavage from the bountiful bouncing boobs on these busty beauties. There is no nudity, but there are shots of physics-defying sweater stretchers for days. If this makes you uncomfortable, unhappy, or downright offended, cool, this isn't for you. If you have a sense of humor about it or have seen an anime or two, you'll be fine. And it shouldn't keep you from enjoying the game. SENRAN KAGURA Burst Re is a remake of a game that originally appeared on the 3DS. It's been completely remade in 3D and tells the story of the girls from Hanzo National Academy and Hibijo Clandestine Girls Academy. There are actually 2 separate story campaigns with a total of 41 missions each. The story concept is simple but cool. There are 2 kinds of shinobi, good and evil. Evil shinobi work for the rich and powerful. They are mercenaries paid to assassinate without any real qualms about the target. The good shinobi were founded by the government to stop these evil mercenaries. Although the individual stories are generally closer to a basic cute anime and generally lighthearted, including the obligatory trip to the beach, there's a very serious, overarching narrative. The gameplay is really split into 2 parts. There are character interactions and missions. The character interactions are mostly told through a visual novel style, and I was initially disappointed that they weren't fully animated. This feeling went away quickly because there's plenty of depth here. Each character has struggled with something or someone in their life with a problem they need to solve. It's more worthwhile than you initially expect, and it helps to illuminate the personality and motivations. The missions themselves start off easy. You have to fight a wave or 2 of underlings, while some missions pit you against another student from one of the schools. Throughout the game, you'll have a chance to fight as and against each character, and sometimes more than once. You can select your favorite fighter in a mission if you have a best girl. The fighting is actually more open, with more flexibility and depth than you initially expect. Block timing is important to keep from becoming a punching bag, but even the more casual button masher can complete the game with a little effort. 3 different difficulties allow you to choose the level of get good you want to achieve, and later missions will really push you. Combat is layered and features a strong aerial component. At its core, there are light and strong attacks with combos, allowing you to throw someone into the air and continue attacking. There are also special moves particular to a character. Continuing to reduce another character's health bar will also reduce the state of their clothing. The loser is left wearing only their undergarments, or with bright white lights where their upper and lower lady parts are if the clothes are completely blown off. When you want to switch to another style or your garments are looking a little worn, you will perform a Shinobi Transformation. This is only allowed after you've begun to fill the diamond gauges underneath your health bar. The transformation sequence strips the girls of any clothing, with the flashlight effect once again covering the nudity so Uncle PlayStation doesn't have to worry, and gives the girls new clothes and a new fighting style. Once transformed, you can also use some of your secret shinobi arts. These moves deal a lot of damage, and they're visually interesting as well. One of them unleashes a giant squid to hit your opponent. One of them makes the girl a giant to stomp the enemies. Mastering these moves is awesome, and using them at the right time can shift an entire fight in your favor. If you just keep hitting them, you also fill up another gauge. Once filled, you can activate it to increase your attack power until it runs out, and you'll finish the fight with a very powerful attack. Within a single school, the characters handle differently from each other, and after some experience or by watching the AI, a character you previously felt was weak has some powerful moves. After completing a mission, you are given a letter score, experience to increase the character's level, and money. Pictures, music, and accessories are unlocked, and all of these can be purchased in the game's store. As with prior games, you can pose and change the outfits and accessories of your characters. There are different costumes, bathing suits, and ways to emphasize a certain aspect of the character. I applied everything I could, from cat ears and tails to angel wings. Most of them are cute, but I had no need for used underwear. Anything you add will appear in the cinematics, so it's something I could always appreciate during the game. For some reason, I could only accessorize the characters from Hanzo, not Hibijo, and this was a real bummer. If you know what I'm missing, pop that into the comments, cause I was really disappointed. For a game made on the 3DS, the fighting animations are awesome, and considering the technological gap between it and the PS4, the overall presentation is not bad. Sword slashes, kicks, and special moves combine into fast and colorful combat. The static backgrounds will show its less capable origins, and they are not as eye-catching. They are blander, and some areas are repeated frequently. Those visual effects are often hampered by a bad camera and a little too much on screen that hides the attacks I need to block. There's an on-screen indicator that shows you're about to be hit, and you have to time your block to stun the enemy and stop the hit. If you're surrounded, the camera may move into a position that obscures the indicator. It also swung behind other objects that partially block the screen, allowing me to take a few hits before I adjusted my position. The overall sound is good. Sound effects themselves are basic, but the voice acting is great. Presented in Japanese with subtitles, the voices are exactly like you might expect for each of the character archetypes. I wouldn't have wanted an English cast, and I never felt like I was missing something without it. SENRAN KAGURA Burst Re really surprised me with all it had to offer. Tucked underneath those ample bosoms is a competent fighter with a lot of depth and gameplay and campaign missions, free missions, upgrades, and different difficulties. If you like the previous games, give this one a look. For more news, reviews, and original commentary, connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, and pureplaystation.com by clicking on the links in the info box. As always, please remember to subscribe so we can bring you more content like this, or even better. But no promises.